Google's AI building blocks are ready-made frameworks that enable non-specialist developers to rapidly engage machine learning to tackle a broad range of common business challenges. As we'll see, common does not mean ordinary. You put AI on some of these problems and you create an entirely new level of value. Let's look at the Cloud Job Discovery block. It's a way to transform the tough problem of finding and hiring the best possible people. Google applied AI to millions of job postings, creating a new understanding of what employers want in a new hire and what potential employees are looking for. I'd like to welcome Jessica Lee, Vice President of Talent Acquisition Strategies and Solutions at Marriott. Talk about your company in the context of its people needs. What are some of your biggest challenges vis-a-vis hiring?
We are the world's largest hotel company, which means that we have over 6,000 hotels in 110 different countries, and that's a lot of people that we need to hire for all of those hotels. So in any given year, we hire more than 100,000 people per year, so that's a lot of hiring that we're doing, and that means at any given time, we've got over 15,000 jobs open, and so in order to fill those jobs, we've got probably 3 to 4 million different applications that are coming in per year, and millions more who are just simply searching or perusing our career site. So it's a lot of people. And
that's in how many languages? How many countries?
Over 20 different languages in 110 countries.
So when we talk about posting a job availability, we're talking about an immense data problem as well, because you said 12,000 at any given moment openings. That might be described in any number of ways, but there's a Marriott way to describe them that the applicant may not know about.
Sure. So I think every company probably deals with this when it comes to a very company-centric way of describing positions or an industry-specific way of describing their roles, yet we're open to people coming from all sorts of organizations and industries to come work for us. And the example we always like to give is that we have thousands of servers that we employ, and you'll find hundreds, if not thousands, of server openings on our career site right now who are going to be working in our restaurants.
Well, at Google, we have millions of servers, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, those servers can't feed people food, right? They're not going to come out with the dishes. And so someone comes to our career site to do a search, and let's say they're looking for a server job. They type that in. They may get an IT job that is, as a result, that is actually managing servers, but that's not what they're looking for, and that's incredibly frustrating. To go to a website, do a search that doesn't have an experience that you really would expect, that you've come to expect as a consumer, I think it can be incredibly frustrating. And within the HR and recruiting space, we talk a lot these days about this notion of candidate experience. And so, we are great as a company at providing great guest experiences, and it's just become really important for us to focus on the candidate experience. But that also has implications for us as a business. Some of our job seekers are also customers, and if they're having a frustrating experience as a job seeker, they might not have confidence in us as a company from a consumer perspective,
It's a brand experience, too.
Absolutely.
So how does job discovery address this issue?
So when I talk about job discovery outside of the HR and recruiting space, people kind of think it's a no-brainer and are surprised that we're not doing this already. And when I explain, it's making the job search smarter, more intuitive, it's using the power of Google's machine learning, they kind of think, well, it should be that way anyways. And so we're excited that we're just simply putting in place what people really should expect, powered by Google. That's what we've been really excited to be able to present to the business. So for our organization, whether you're a hiring manager or a leader, this was something where we really flipped a switch and said, ta-da, here you go, a more intuitive job search. And so it really wasn't just me flipping a switch. We worked with Jibe as our technology partner who put in place for us our candidate experience platform. And so for our hiring managers and leaders, really no effort on their end, simply they're just receiving better quality candidates and more quickly too.
So again, it sort of disappeared. They were better at what they were doing in the first place. The AI was like a tool augmenting their own skills.
Absolutely, and it was really important for us that this was a seamless, smooth effort with a partner who really got us in terms of the scope and scale of what we're dealing with from a hiring perspective. It's a lot of data, it's a lot of transactions, and we needed a partner who's going to really make it work.
Now, at this point, there are a lot of solutions in the market that do promise AI in some form or other. How do you sort out the best from the rest?
So yes, like every industry, everyone's got some kind of AI thing that they're shilling, and it is overwhelming and it can be frustrating. So I get calls and emails literally every day from vendors who all claim they have an AI solution, and you really have to figure out how to filter out the noise and ask smart questions to understand what is it that they're offering, and is it really legit and real. And with Jibe and Google, what we were able to really recognize very quickly was that Google has data that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis separate from job discovery that's immense in terms of just the richness, the history, and then the power of the machine learning. And so it was no-brainer for us. We have confidence in the machine learning that's in place. And what's exciting is that it really helps our job seekers to not have a lot of pressure on them to figure out how does this company talk about certain roles, what's the lingo that they use frequently, and they can just go about their search, get to the right jobs quickly, and apply and hopefully get hired with us.
There's a wealth of opportunity in AI. To fully address the opportunities, we need understanding of data resources, domain knowledge, and broad customer reach. That's why Google is committed to building and growing the strongest possible partner ecosystem. To talk more about that, I'd like to welcome Joe Essenfeld, the CEO of Jibe, who revamped Marriott's global career site. Tell us a little bit about Jibe and how it relates to both a company like Google and a customer like Marriott.
Companies like Marriott have very specific lingo that the job seekers aren't familiar with. So when they would use a term like a room attendant to describe someone who cleans a room, that might be different at other hospitality companies, and job seekers have no clue what Marriott wants to use internally. So when they do a job search, they're going to put in what comes naturally to them. And that's where Cloud Job Discovery really does that translation using machine learning to make those recommendations.
What do you think the impact is on one of your customers when they start using an AI tool like Cloud Job Discovery?
The best impact I've seen is an emotional one. When we have a room, and we did this with Marriott specifically, we had a room about 150 people, and they were doing job searches to try and stump the algorithm and coming up with terms that they thought wouldn't make sense or that outsiders wouldn't know or would know. And we do that, and you see that job being recommended, there's an emotional reaction. And to be able to get that with technology is something that's really special. So especially if we can translate that to a job seeker for a worldwide consumer brand like Marriott, that's very important because they're also customers, not just job seekers.
As we've seen, machine learning is a powerful tool for all kinds of data sets. It has a lot of different uses and can be adapted to the strategic needs of your organization. In the case of Marriott, this meant how to scale across the globe in a number of job functions. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to talking more with you about how Cloud Job Discovery or our other cloud tools and services can get you and your company into artificial intelligence quickly, easily, and with a fast, visible payback.